Waiters, have you ever had to call the cops on your table? I had been working at Denny's for about 6 months when this family came in on a Tuesday night. Dad, mom, and their teenage son, who looked like he'd rather be literally anywhere else. Standard stuff until the kid started his act. The first weird thing was how he ordered. Most teenagers just grunt pancakes or whatever, but this kid stands up, clears his throat, and goes, "Good evening, distinguished server. I would be most grateful if you could procure for me your finest stack of buttermilk pancakes, prepared to perfection, accompanied by your most exquisite maple syrup." I thought he was messing with me. His parents looked embarrassed. The dad muttered, "Just sit down, Kevin," but the kid kept going. Kevin pulls out this little notebook and starts writing in it while I'm taking their order. When I ask what he's doing, he says he's documenting the service experience for quality assurance purposes. His mom tried to grab the notebook, but he pulled it away. 20 minutes later, I bring their food out. Normal family dinner, right? Wrong. Kevin had apparently decided this was the perfect time to conduct a full restaurant inspection. He pulls out a small flashlight and starts examining his pancakes like he's a health inspector. "These pancakes appear to have an uneven golden brown distribution," he announces loudly. "The syrup temperature is suboptimal for proper viscosity." Other tables started staring. His dad's face was getting red, but Kevin wasn't done. He takes out his phone and starts recording everything. "Day 1 of my comprehensive dining establishment evaluation," he says into the camera. "Initial observations suggest systemic issues with food presentation standards." The mom tries to take his phone. Kevin stands up and declares that he's conducting legitimate consumer advocacy journalism, and they can't stop him. He starts walking around to other tables, asking people about their dining satisfaction metrics. That's when I noticed the dad wasn't just embarrassed anymore. He was furious, like scary furious. His hands were shaking and he kept whispering threats at Kevin to sit down and shut up. Kevin must have sensed he was pushing it because he suddenly switched tactics. He sits back down and starts eating, but now he's doing this weird thing where he cuts his pancakes into perfect little squares and eats them in a specific pattern. Left to right, top to bottom, exactly 16 chews per bite. "Optimal pancake consumption requires systematic approach," he explains to his horrified parents. "Random eating patterns lead to digestive inefficiency." The dad finally snaps. He grabs Kevin's wrist and squeezes hard enough that Kevin drops his fork. "You're embarrassing us," he hisses. "Cut it out right now or we're leaving without paying and you can walk home." But Kevin had one more move. He looks his dad dead in the eye and says, "Sir, threatening a minor in a public establishment while refusing to pay for services rendered constitutes multiple criminal violations. Perhaps we should involve local law enforcement to clarify the situation." Then he actually pulls out his phone and starts dialing 911. The dad lunges across the table to grab the phone. Kevin dodges, still dialing. The mom is trying to calm everyone down, but she's crying now. Other customers are getting scared. This family is completely falling apart in my section. That's when I realized Kevin wasn't just being a weird teenager. He was terrified of his dad, and this whole act was his way of creating witnesses. Every time his dad got angry, Kevin would get louder and more ridiculous, making sure everyone was watching. I ended up calling the cops myself because the dad was getting physical and Kevin was just a kid, even if he was the most annoying kid I'd ever met. When the officer showed up, Kevin immediately dropped the act and started crying. Turns out his dad had been hitting him at home, and Kevin figured if he caused enough of a scene in public, someone would finally notice. The cops arrested the dad that night. Kevin went to live with his aunt.